Hello, this is Smislav the Slayer. I'm going to try to do a couple more games today. Blitz games, that is, of course. Going to a Queen's Pawn opening. And I think this is going to be called the London system. I'm not exactly sure if I do it absolutely right. Basically, the best thing against this sort of E3 setup is C5. So white can get away with it when black plays knight to C6 because he can't play C5 to attack the center. So now we got to defend C2. That's like a little trick to his opening, I guess. And generally tricky openings aren't very good because of things like this. So now he plays knight C6. I'm going to play, I guess, well, I might just play knight to B1 anyway and go back to D2 because that's going to be a better square than C2 and like B4 or something. Maybe I could get the knight on C2 and try to play E4 or maybe D4 square will open up, but that seems kind of unlikely. So, okay, I'll let him take the dark square bishop. I'm going to go ahead and play F takes G3, just because that'll give me a little more piece activity by giving me the F file. And actually, if he trades off bishops, I'll play G takes F4, though, because I don't mind, I don't need the activity that much, basically. And this E-pawn is going to be tough to attack for him, so I'm definitely going to take his light square bishop and play this knight back to here, F5. Gonna go ahead and play. And see, now actually look at this E3 pawn, which is basically my only weakness. He's got an E6 pawn and a D5 pawn. I don't want to, I want to be a little careful about E5 undermining this D4 thing, but I think I'm actually going to play A4 because I think it's the most flexible. Ooh. Yeah, the E3 pawn. Okay. Gonna go ahead. So, okay, we got C4. We got some things here. So A4 protects against the knight getting bounced from C4. It's not exactly how I wanted this all to pan out. But it works. I do need to... I guess I can play queen to D2 now. So actually... And unfortunately, A takes B5 is not possible because if rook takes this pawn. I mean, rook, sorry. Definitely just take the... So I'm up a pawn now? 2 pawns. So B5 basically was a pretty bad blunder. My move was kind of a blunder by playing A4. I should have thought about this E3 pawn weakness a little bit more instead of talking about it so much. But, things are looking pretty good for me now. I'm wondering if I want to just trade off the knight for the bishop. No, because of the E3 check. Go ahead and play. Problem with queen D2 is that it pins my E3 pawn to my queen, which makes D4 a little bit vulnerable. But at the same time, I just think I want to do that. I don't need to fool around too much here. Just get this pawn protected, trade off the dark square bishop. He does get an extra center pawn, but I think it's worth it. And then go ahead and play B4, B5, B6 is basically the plan here. And let's see, knight takes, and then then his knight would be pinned to the queen. And if queen takes, fine with trading off. Am I fine with trading off the E3 pawn? I guess I kind of have to be. So, yeah. Just gonna run these pawns up. Yep. Oh, okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and play to there. Now I just gotta make sure there's no checks here, because that would be really bad. And I think that do I just allow that? Well, if I play F takes G takes F, I would get checkmated. So I don't want to do that. Things are getting a little hairy here. But I think if F takes, H takes, Queen takes, Bishop to F1. It's getting kind of rough here. I'm going to go ahead and play G4. And see, go right there. Yeah, things are getting pretty rough on my king side. but I think I'll be able to manage. Especially with the move G3. What's that do? As far as I can tell, that does nothing. Do I want to play G3 next? No. Okay, well if Queen takes G3, G4, this G4 pawn push I think is actually going to be pretty good. Okay, so now knight takes, queen takes. There's one check, but I can take the knight back. Let's go ahead and push. I think I'm in the clear here. Yep, just play this. B7. Yeah, now I'm winning. Easily. Well, maybe not that easily. Mine things comes faster and with check. And one of these will get in. Faster by one move, which is pretty awesome. I'm a little low on time too. I don't know exactly where I lost my time. I'd have to try to remember to go back and just see if I spent too much time on one move that wasn't really necessary. Okay. Yep, okay. Check. Ooh, am I getting checkmated? Nope. Got check. Oh, that doesn't actually help. Okay. Oh, it's not gonna work. Dang, that's too bad. Ooh, that's a pretty rough loss. That's pretty rough. Let's just go back here quick. B7. And that's, I think, fine. And then right here I should have played yeah, right here I should have played rook to A2. That was actually my initial plan. And then of course rook to E2, rook takes, and everything's fine because I'm up a rook. But I kind of I guess I hit the panic button a little bit there, which is not good. So, and this, I mean, this sort of is, yeah, it almost works, but it's not, it doesn't work. So that's too bad. That's, yeah, that's just too bad. So for the future, I'll have to remember not to panic. I wonder about some of these other moves. I think I like all this, pretty much. Here, I should have probably played knight to c4 right away, so that I could play queen to d2. And how did his knight get to my attack my e3 pawn? Okay. He went to d5 then, right? I believe so. Yep, d5. So maybe instead of here, maybe c4 would have been better. And that kind of makes sense, just to get more central control. I maybe just sort of rush this stuff a little bit. I'm not sure. I mean, the whole f takes g3 idea might have been bad to begin with, but I'm not really going to try to figure that out right now. I'll just kind of assume it wasn't that terrible and just focus on more like tactical things, because I had a good position at this point. So I mean, even at this point, I think I like my position right here. So just something other than losing would have been ideal. All right, well, thanks for watching.